Hi there. So today I am out here and I'm going to plant my two pretty in pink roses, and I'm so excited because my brother, he made me he built me from scratch, literally from scratch. We scavenger hunted through my woods and found some logs that were dead and also some just kind of sucker cherry trees that were growing. Cut them down and he built me a rose trellis and it is the coolest trellis I have ever seen in my entire life. So I feel very blessed to have amazing brothers that can think up amazing things. But anyway, we are going to utilize that trellis today. I have some roses that I got at the end of the spring. I can't remember. I had a gift card for a greenhouse down the street and I spent it on some roses. They were 30% off, and then I used my gift card too. So I got them for super cheap, but they've been sitting in the pots for quite some time, and they are not looking the greatest. And I think the Japanese beetles got to them. So we will kind of clean them up a little bit, but they'll be fine in no time. As soon as I get them in the ground, they'll hopefully be a lot more happy. So all right, let's go see what we're working with here. I'm on my way to get my shovel, and I just wanted to show you guys my planters I planted up the other day. Somebody asked me if these had drainage holes, and I think this one does. That one does. We just kind of, when we made this cement pot, you just kind of stick your finger in there and take out some of the cement, and it creates a drainage hole. But these being made of the ingredients they are, which is perlite, peat moss, and cement, they do have sort of a porous effect to it, so these do tend to dry out a little bit more. You don't necessarily need the drainage hole in it, but it does have one. This, I believe, does not. This does not have a drainage hole. However, I feel like it's gonna be okay because every time I water it, the water just comes straight out of these little dips in the clamshell. And I'll keep an eye on it. You know, this is a complete experiment. All these plants were free, thank God, from my sweet sister. And then these I just dug out of my yard. Yeah, we're just kind of doing an experiment. It's kind of what we do around here. Experiments. These are looking amazing. Besides, obviously, you know, the crappy looking leaves on these sedum. But that's my fault because I waited so long to plant them. But I dug these Rider, I think it's Rider or Reader geranium, dark Reader geranium out of my yard. I dug these impatiens out of my yard. This was a clearance plant that my mom bought me. This is a clearance plant my mom bought me, and they are looking really pretty. So anyway, just a quick update on those because people were asking. But let's go get my shovel. Actually, I think I'm gonna get the gator out because now that my brother built me that trellis, I actually want to be over in that area. That area was always kind of just like, ugh, I don't know what it was. It just didn't feel complete. It didn't feel finished. And so not only is that trellis amazing in itself, it also just like kind of completes that area for me. And it made my brain just start think of all these amazing things I could do. So I want to clean it out. So I'm going to grab the gator. And then, in my bag. Really should have grabbed it. My roses are up here And I'm really afraid to come in here, guys, because snakes. I haven't seen any in here yet, but I have seen snakes. And hopefully one of them didn't try to take off with my tag. These are the roses I'm gonna plant. So pretty. So yeah, these have seen better days. They actually looked pretty good like a couple weeks ago, but it got really hot, really humid, and it's like kind of shady over here, and it's just not ideal for these roses. As you can see, the Japanese beetles got to them. I mean, it is what it is, but we're gonna save them. Grab them here. I'm just gonna put each one on one of the trellises. Clean them off a little bit. I mean, it is starting to become the end of the summer. So, but I don't think that's what this is. It's just they need to get out of the pot and in the ground, in the sun. Get some nutrients. Ow. I grabbed the wrong kind of gloves. Okay. Looks a little better. Okay, so I'll put one over here. And one right here. A little better. There. I think that would be pretty. And then eventually, like I said, I kind of want to rework this area and move, kind of shift my garden beds here, maybe even in a different direction, and shift them over a little bit. I eventually want to clean out like another area that kind of connects to my deck once my deck is done. But that's probably for another spring/summer. So we'll just get these planted and established for now, and then we'll probably rework my garden bed area here just so there's more walking space in between here. And then I can create like a actual walking space that leads to this archway here. And yeah, so yeah, let's dig some holes and get them planted. See, I might have to go put some pants on. I got my skirts on. It's like a skirt. It's shorts, but it looks like a skirt. And I might have to put my boots on too. We will see. Let's see how hard it is to dig. Dug, and I am going to put some of this berry dew compost in here. This stuff is like compost on steroids. It is super, super potent, so I'm not going to use too much. I'm just going to mix some in with this native soil here. This is actually made in Michigan. I like to support local and my state and the USA. So yeah, we're going to mix some of this in. Probably enough. Kind of do this. Then we will stick this root ball. I might have to cut some more off right here. We'll see. But we'll stick the root ball in and see if we got to dig any more out. And I went and got some different gloves so I didn't get too poked. We're good. Oh yeah, that will be perfect. I am gonna turn it the other way. There we go. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. All right, so then I will just backfill. Well, actually I'm gonna put some water in the hole first. And then I'll backfill to take that off. Oh, hey, Carol.
Hey. I was trying to be quiet.
Oh, you're okay. I'm making a video.
I saw that.
You don't have to be quiet. Yeah, it turned out pretty cool.
Very cool.
I wasn't sure. I was just like, I told him, I'm like, I want a trellis for my 2 roses, and I'd like to use some wood from the woods, like for free. And he's like, all right. I just had a nice little chat with my neighbor. So that was fun. I always learn something from her because she's been gardening way longer than me, and she's really good at vegetable gardening. So every time she comes out here, I like try to ask her questions and learn from her because she's really smart. And we kind of garden the same way too, just super simple stuff, and we both have issues with, you know, the critters. But anyway, all right, so this one is all set to go. We are gonna dig a hole for the next one.
You thought I'd be waiting up when you came home.
That is all planted, composted. I'm just going to carefully weave that in there. Like that. And let's try this. Oh, there's a bud right there. Yay. I want to break that one. Oh, there's a bud on that one too. Alright. See that right there? We'll put the bud towards my neighbor's house so she can see it. Go. Alright, all set. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Crap, I didn't water it, but we'll just do this. Let it soak in.
You don't need none of mine. And don't come home and drinking with loving on your mind. No, don't come home and drinking with loving on your mind.
So my husband started the mower. It is a Saturday morning, but yeah, I ended up cleaning out this garden bed. I just had a bunch of green beans in there that were already done. So I cleaned that out, and I was over here kind of rerouting these squash vines, and I seen some poison ivy. I have a pair of rubber gloves out here that I am going to put on really quick, and I'm going to grab this out and dispose of it properly, and then we will keep going. And I have to give a shout out to my neighbor, as always, because I am highly allergic to poison ivy. I get it every single year, and until she graciously took the time to show me what it looked like and identify it, I have gotten it like little spots here and there, but I haven't got like full-blown rash in the emergency, in the hospital type of rash anymore, so thank God for that. But I'm gonna, I got these rubber gloves on, and I'm actually gonna just also grab it with this plastic bag, and like this here, make sure to get all the root up. It will come back. We got it. And then I'm just gonna wrap it with a bag, tie it in a double knot, and I'm gonna throw it in the trash can. My brother dug all the holes for the posts. We ran into all of these rocks, and I love rocks. I save every one, I don't care how big or small, and I utilize them in some sort of way. And that's kind of just like my motto. Like anything I can dig up or find or scavenge in my yard, I use. So all of these rocks along here, I found at one point by just digging my shovel in the ground. And how much money I can save by doing that sort of thing, I think is an extra bonus. And it also just makes me feel good to utilize what I have in my own yard that God has blessed me with. But oh, there's a strawberry. My brother ate the other 2 strawberries out here the other day. Surprised the bunnies haven't gotten to them. But yeah, even like these logs, he cut these logs off of that one up there, and I'll probably use those somewhere in my garden. So that's just kind of what I do. But all right, I think next I am going to try and dig out these clematis. I have 2, I think I have 2. Yeah, so there's 2 clematis planted in here, and I really want to move this trellis because I feel like it just doesn't fit here anymore, obviously with the beautiful trellis that my brother grew me. So I was thinking about, I hope you guys can hear me because of the mower, but I was thinking about just like taking it all in one piece, digging this out and taking like the clematis and the trellis all at once and like moving it somewhere. But I just gotta find where that spot is first. In order to just kind of not move it too far, I could put it right here in this area as just like a temporary spot until I find a better spot. So I'll just kind of quickly move it, dig it up, uproot it, and shift it over to this area, stick it in the ground. I think that gets enough sun right there. It gets at least 6 hours of sun once the sun pops up over the trees there. So once it gets up here, I think that will be fine. And I always know that everything is just temporary. I could come in and move it. So let's try that. I'm gonna get this cleaned up a little bit over here first though.
I brought flowers to your door last night. I've done you wrong and I wanna make it right.
All right, so it looks a little better now. However, I left that poison ivy, and there's another poison ivy, the same thing I just did with the one that I pulled out of my garden bed there. We're gonna get those out.
If I had 2 dozen roses and an old bottle of wine, if I really could hug the moon, would it change your mind? If I could cry a little harder and get a little less sleep at night.
I am going to go ahead and dig this hole first because
second guess my every move. I can't help but wonder how it might have been if I had 2 dozen roses and it all.
See if we can do this. So I've got one clematis right here. Never actually dug off a clematis before, so I'm not sure what the root system is like. Seems pretty rooted in. So hopefully they're prolific enough where they will just not skip a beat. It's pretty rooted in. Oh, okay, there goes. The back of my bed is popping off here, but these are so old. I put these beds in right when we moved in and built our house, so man, I might need my husband to help me with this because I don't know how I'm gonna carry. All right, let's see here. Let me see, what can I do? Oh, I got this tray here, and I'm thinking maybe I'll just take this piece of wood off here and put the tray here and slide the root ball in there. I don't know, you guys, this is just an idea. Worked out better than I thought it was. I'm getting really hot. So I'm gonna take this shirt off, but I have some lavender that I got off of my work's trial garden cart, and I really don't have any place to put it. I haven't had the best luck with lavender. It usually, somebody told me that, one of you guys commented and told me that lavender usually sticks around for like 3 years and then kind of dies out sometimes, so I don't know, maybe that's what happened with mine, but I think I'm going to put it in this flower bed and just kind of monitor it, and I think it will kind of be really pretty over here.
Grace that bounds in deepest waters. You're so sovereign lift will be my guide. Feed me, fed me, fear surrounds me. You never failed, and you won't start now. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. Where I am yours, and you are mine. Ooh, oh. You are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders.
One of the growers at my work, she convinced me to take a couple of these. I don't know what kind they are. I'll have to ask her, but she's like, try these ones, they might do better for you.
Of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk.
But the leaves are cool, they're almost like a quilted texture. I like it a lot.
Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Ooh, and I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
Wow, it feels so good to get this cleaned up, and that trellis is the reason this garden bed got cleaned up. Thank you, my sweet brother, Karsten. I just needed to get out here and I needed something to inspire me, and that sure did it. So I cleaned up that whole garden bed. All my beans were done and the squash was like creeping in, so I pushed that back. It was also creeping back there, and so I pushed that back into that bed. And then I got some trial lavender planted in here, and I will find out what they are and throw the names on the screen right here. But these 6 are one kind, and then these 2 are a newer kind that we're trialing at my work. And then I took the trellis that was right here that my sister gave me with the clematis, and I moved it right over here, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. It's hard to tell on the camera because of all the like weeds behind it. It doesn't really stand out or anything, but here's maybe a better view, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, I think that will be good there. And then I was thinking, I have a bunch of heuchera that I got the other day at the Meijer store for 50% off. I might just throw a bunch of them in here and just pack this out with some tons of color heuchera. And last but not least, we planted my roses. So yeah, I've got some pretty in pink roses. I had to run up there and grab it, but it is pretty in pink Eden rose, vintage rose fragrant, deep pink blooms, and it's already bloomed quite a few times actually over this amount of time that I have had it, just lingering around. But I think it gets like 10 to 12 feet, I think it said. Yeah, 10 to 12 feet, so those trellises will be plenty high for it. And I'm also out of breath because I just ran up these stairs to show you my dad. My battery died and then I had to get going to my nephew's football game. I have a nephew on my husband's side is in the 6th grade, and then I have a nephew on my side, he's in the 5th grade, and they both play on the same team, the 5th and 6th grade football team. So we just went to that. That was super fun, and I got to talk to my nephew and give him a hug. Scout, you guys know Scout. He's the handsome little guy that helps my sister and I cut flowers the couple times that I showed you. But he's such a sweetheart, and he did a great job. I don't really know much about football, but he's like a tackler. Anyway, back to the roses. The pretty and pink roses. I have one growing there, and then one growing over here. And I'm hoping that they do really great. We will see how I do with the Japanese beetles. I think I've shared with you guys before, I haven't really had much problems with Japanese beetles before in the past. And I would have to say that that has changed this year. Now that I have roses in my garden, I am seeing the Japanese beetles stay around for longer on my roses. So I will have to keep up with those as just like, you know, a pest in my garden. I'm gonna have to deal with that. We'll see how long I want to deal with it for. They usually, well, this year they stuck around for like 3 weeks, I think, and I do see some over there every now and again. But the container with Dawn dish soap and water seems to work. It's just I have to go out there every day and flick them into that solution in order for them to die. But anyway, we will see how they do on here, and yeah, like I said, I'll try to keep up with it. But I ended up having some extra logs that my brother trimmed up off of the tops of here, and so I just kind of put them in the dirt right there. I thought it looked kind of cool. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that whatever day you're having, you just enjoy it and live it to its fullest. You never know how much time you have, so just have a great one. Have a great day. I will see you guys later. Bye.